Hey guys, let's spend a few minutes to ramble a little bit all the wonderful things that have been happening with Aerodrome Finance. The main DEX right now on base. Base has been crushing it, right? I mean, last time I looked was like 88 layer twos. I'm pretty sure there are more now, but only a few of them are going to survive, right? Even some of the ones that have been here for a while, like Polygon, isn't looking great. Base, and I've got full confidence in Linea. And if you guys follow Linea, I know the price sucks. It's new crypto. It does that. It's very common. Doesn't mean the project isn't going to suck. It just means the price action right now does. But I've got full faith in those two layer twos. And when it comes to Aerodrome, with everything that Base and Coinbase has been doing, it's been holding up really well. It bounced back after the 1010 crash better than most, and it's doing pretty well. And it's not just by chance, right? It's got a bunch of cool deflationary models into it. There's buybacks that they've been doing. Actually, one that was over $500,000 just the other day. And I want to talk about those things today in this video. Just to get a little bit of what Aero has been doing to help with deflation and why their prices have been holding up better than most. So if you end up having any questions, comments, concerns, or whatever, put down the comments down below. And while you're at it, if you've gotten anything either informative or entertainment-wise from this, because there's no financial advice here, please do press the like and subscribe button. It helps me out. And regardless, let's move forward talking about Aerodrome. All right, we'll just jump straight into this because when I first heard about this on X, it got me excited and bullish. Is that there was a 560,000 Aero buyback that happened from the Aerodrome Public Good Funds, or PGF. If I say PFG later, I apologize. Acronyms are not my friends, but they do make things easier. But they bought over $500,000 of Aero as a buyback as part of the smart market aware strategy to help keep Aerodrome, which is inflationary by nature, they did that on purpose, and keep it more deflationary. So not only did that, we'll call it $500,000 of Aero get bought back, it actually went into lockup for 4 years. That's the bullish component. That's the exciting thing, because it is circulating Aerodrome that was removed from the market. And this is where price action goes up from these things. There's no selling pressure from it. Okay? No quick dumps. This is just one of the easiest, or in my opinion, best ways of just building a sustainable ecosystem, which a lot of crypto fail to do. And even add on to that, to date, there's been more than 150 million Aero tokens that have been scooped up, locked away, key thrown in, and everything just through this PGF. Plus, then there's something called the flight school and relay programs that have been helping out on much smaller levels from this. But so far, that's over 14% of the liquid supply that's just being yanked out of the market and put into a lockup for multiple years. All right, this is where the deflationary model really comes into play. And Aerodrome had rebounded by a little over 26% in just a few days in this very shaky crypto market we have right now. So when you see one crypto that starts to outperform others and then it stays up, which as of time of this recording, I think I saw it at, so the time of about an hour ago, I think I saw it around $1.06. So it's been staying up pretty well. Certainly bullish. So anytime I see crypto that have buybacks or burn mechanisms to help out with the inflationary model, I'm a fan. I really am. I've used Aerodrome on the opposite side of that in liquidity pools to start printing out free money. And the fact that they work it on both sides, they give multiple reasons for people to hold Aero. That's the point of it, right? Staking is the most common method, but as soon as you add LP, liquidity pools, or buybacks or burn mechanisms to where it removes the crypto from the market, but still in the circulating supply, and it's locked up, it's not going anywhere, no selling pressure, increases price action. We want to see more things like this. So to help complement the PGF, then we have things like Flight School Relay. So Flight School just educates users on how to lock up Aero for VE Aero. That's their governing token, the one that allows people to vote into what happens, and in theory, because not all companies hold to it. crypto.com, of when there's a massive vote and everyone says, let's go this direction. In general, they go the direction of what the vote is. So if you want some voting power, you get some of this VE Aero, which you get for locking away Aerodrome. You also can lock away Aero and other methods for it too, because I'm personally not big into governance tokens. But I like that the option's there. But what Relay does when they take Aero locking away for these VE Aero and it helps boost rewards for doing it, I think it was like a loyalty program, right? Relay is going to take deposits and fees and compound them back into VE Aero locks. So this recycle has been about 27% of the incentives into locked supply, which again helps with Aerodrome be a deflationary machine. Okay? And even when we look at net inflation, it's not there. The most recent metrics is it's down to just 8% annually, with some weeks actually seeing supply shrink because the lockups right now have been outpacing emissions. Awesome. And there are no burns yet. I am pumped for this. Again, I'm not in a governance token. I don't have the VE Aero, so my opinion doesn't matter. But my opinion is let's get a fucking burn mechanism going, guys. It is very much expected that there is going to be a vote soon for a burn mechanism for Aerodrome. So keep an eye out on that one, or if you don't, I promise you I will. And when I start hearing something about it, like if there's going to be a burn, a suspected burn, or just a vote for it, expect me to talk about it. Because again, this excites me. This is stuff that moves price actions. One, due to hype, and two, due to utility. It's awesome when you have both. And now, whether you still believe that we're in a bull market, which I don't know how you can argue that one, but more so if you're not sure if we're going to have an alt season, I can see arguments for that. Don't believe it, whatever. Or even if you think you're wrong, but you think that we're in a bear market and going downward trend, that's a time to look into, even if not buy, but look into crypto like Aerodrome. There's several others, not a lot, that should have long-term longevity and long-term flywheel money coming in. So VE Aero holders hit 29,000 for the first time, average lock-in for 3.7 years. Awesome. It means you just have a shit ton of people that are committed to make this thing go long-term, and that's what we need for an ecosystem. Total volume has been over $4.35 billion. Okay. And they reward their voters. So again, if you want to get into governance tokens, they have rewarded out nearly $4 million worth of Aerodrome just as rewards for the voters. And at any given moment, the TVL of Aerodrome is just a little north of $1 billion. So the liquidity is most certainly there, and there's only going to get more. Like Aerodrome is just going to continue to outpace all the other DEXs that are on base and several others. Very large take on this one, but I would not be surprised if in the near-ish future, couple of years, 1 to 3, Aerodrome starts overtaking Binance. And that's just because of the backers that it has. Effing Coinbase. Do you know what? We got an extra minute or 3. Let's go ahead and look at the chart. Let's talk a little bit about what's been going on. So guys, what we have here on TradingView is the 3-month chart for Aerodrome. And if you look, this has to be 1010. Yep. So this was that giant crash that honestly wrecked a lot of the market. And something I want to point out, because that was still less than a month ago, actually, 3 weeks ago? Most crypto have not done this. Got back to where it was before the crash. I'm not sure if Bitcoin has even done that. I haven't stopped to look at the actual numbers. Maybe they have. There are very few crypto that have gotten back to the numbers that it was at the crash. Yes, there's still some more to go up to get all like recent highs and everything, but that is healthy as can be. Other than Hedera now, due to some good news that came out with them, I think this might be my only crypto that has actually gone back up to post-crash numbers. Again, that's the stuff you want to see. Again, I don't know if you're into Aerodrome for short-term or long-term. I'm in it for short-term. I will gladly get back into it down the road for long-term. But you want to see crypto that bounce back like this from when we have large events like that huge liquidity crash. So if you look here for about the last week, it's just been a very steady climb. For the most part, we're staying above the EMAs. That's all these other multicolor lines that we have had a few crosses a little bit, but doesn't make a huge difference when looking at by the daily when we end on a positive closing note. So the fact that we're seeing a lot more red here probably means we're going to start evening out a little bit when we come back into this week. But it also kind of depends on what other news comes out, both macro, economic, macro crypto, and Aerodrome or Coinbase specific. So I think this is a very good pattern. Definitely happy seeing something like this going up over about 10-day period. Let's keep saying this. This is the bullshit that we want to see. Because even we have a large drop here, we came back and we got back at it, what, the next day? Yeah, the next day. Good to see strength in the community. So, guys, that's my spiel for today. Let me know what you guys think. How deep are you into Aerodrome, or how deep are you into base? Right? Because there's a lot of good things going on in base. And when we talk about safety in crypto, I know I got to do this essentially every time I say safe, but base is a pretty good place to hedge some of your bets, but always do your own research, know what the hell you're buying, and have conviction into it. So that way, when everything goes to shit again, which it will, it's crypto, it will, you have better tools and everything ready mentally to be able to help out with it. So anyway, guys, thanks for being here. I'll talk to you guys all again soon. Peace.